Hey, what's up all of you beautiful subscribers? A little bit of a different video today. I want to talk to you guys about quitting and major decisions. So as you guys know, I promised to keep you guys updated on what it's like to actually start a business, what it's like to go through major decisions, and I'm going to share that with you. I came across a major decision yesterday, and I need to share it with you guys because it's super important. And so as you guys know, I've been trying to start an online e-commerce marketplace, okay? Similar to something like Amazon and eBay, something like that, except with my own little spin on it, right? And so I was building it with I have a basic background in building websites, a basic background in some coding, but I haven't done that in 10 years almost. And so I realized I was really rusty. And so I was able to put together a very basic site with very basic functionality. However, I came to realize that if I want this site to be successful, I need something more than that. All right, I do not have the capability to start this company, to do this company the way that I want it to be, okay? I don't have that current ability to do it. I need more skill, okay? And so I'm gonna talk to you about the three options that came to mind. There's three options that happened yesterday, and this is a key decision when you start a business. So the very first thing, is I don't have the capability to do it, to fix the website, to have that web development skill. And so the very first thing is, well, don't continue. Put your time somewhere else where you can make potentially at least some sort of minimum income for your time instead of just wasting your time. That's option number one, and that is what 99% of people do. Like 99% of people, whenever you guys get a great idea in your head or a great business idea, whatever it may be, you don't execute on it. You don't take action towards it because for reasons X, Y, Z. Maybe you guys don't have the technical capability. Maybe you guys don't have you have some sort of obstacle. You have some sort of cash obstacle, which I'm going to get to in a second here. You have some sort of other obstacle, and you just say, you know what, I cannot get around this. I'm going to stop. So that's the very first option that came to my head, was give up and just stop this website thing, stop this marketplace idea, and just move on. Option number two. Option number two was actually, I was very seriously considering this. Option number two was hire a web developer. There are professional web developers out there that could do this. It would take a while and it would take a lot of money for me, but they could do this. And I think that the minimum amount of money I would probably need to get the website at least minimally viable the way I want it to be, which is high end, would be somewhere around $15,000 to $20,000 minimum. Which is a fair chunk of change. Like, I'm doing well, but that's a fair chunk of change, right? And so $15,000 to $20,000, and if I want a really good developer that, does it perfectly, probably $50,000 to $70,000 we're talking about. Something really, really high end there. So again, I was considering that for a second, and then here's what popped into my head, is that someone would have that much control over my company, essentially. Whenever I wanted to make a change to the website, I wouldn't know how to do it. I don't know how to build a website with all the crap that they did on the back end of the server or whatever. I don't know how to do that. And that worried me. That really worried me. Why should I rely on this web developer to do something and I'd be at their mercy? Whenever I wanted something changed, I'd have to pay them, and it would just be a strain on the company. Sure, they could get a lot done. It might be good to start off with that. But it would be a strain on myself, the owner of the business, okay? I'd be at their mercy and they could charge whatever they wanted. I didn't like that. So I started thinking about, well, what did all the other tech entrepreneurs do? What did all the tech people who started internet companies, tech companies, what did they do? I took a look at Bill Gates. I took a look at even Steve Jobs. I took a look at Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, any sort of tech entrepreneur. Even though they are all very savvy business people, the one thing they all have in common is they know how they build the product. Even if it's some basic standard, maybe they don't know as much anymore because the businesses are 30 years old. But when they started their businesses, they knew how to make it. And a lot of them did it themselves, like Bill Gates, all right? And so some people had some help. Mark Zuckerberg had a little bit of help. All right, Jeff Bezos did too, but they were essentially computer science majors. They knew how to build their sites and build up their businesses and applications. So that got me thinking of option number three. Option number three is learn. Option number three is learn how to do it myself. And this is someone who I just have a basic understanding of how to make websites and a little bit of coding. I know how some of that works, but I have no idea how to do a lot of the extreme stuff here. So here's what I was thinking. You know, the basic computer science, the programs for computer sciences, they have the classic, 30 to 40 hours a week in university, right? But the programming courses themselves, individually, they usually have about 3 hours of lecture a week. You have about 3 hours over the course of 12 weeks. So on average, you're in class learning stuff for 36 hours a semester. That's what I was thinking. 36 hours a semester, plus you have to do a lot of homework and a lot of stuff in your spare time. I'm not counting that. I'm talking about the actual learning of what to do. Okay, so 36 hours. Now here's what I was thinking. If I can do even 5 hours a day, 5 hours a day for even 7 days, for 1 week, and I go really hard and I do a crash course, that's 35 hours. And so as long as I'm able to find some, which I did, by the way, so I have actually signed up for a course. I've signed up for an online course and I've already started it, and I've started coding. I've actually already started, I put hours into it already. I've started learning how to actually do the website myself. And I think that this is a really important point because, whether this business fails, I have no idea, right? I think that it'll be okay. It'll be successful, at least turn some sort of profit. I don't know if it'll be worth it in the long run, but I think it'll be okay. But here's the thing, is that I'm trying. And the vast majority of people who have come up with these, with some sort of idea, is they usually don't even try. And here's the other thing too. People are like, why are you starting an e-marketplace? There's 20,000 of those out there. Well, I have this talk in the Wealth Accelerator program. There's 3 kinds of businesses, There's only 3 kinds of businesses. There is the innovator, which almost no companies are. There's the innovator, there is the modifier, and there is the copycat. And 99% of successful businesses are either copycat or modifiers, meaning that they either copy someone else's idea and put their own spin on it, or modify someone else's idea. It's very, very rare that a company just comes in here with a brand new idea and just sweeps up the entire industry. And so I have to give this a shot. I have to do it. And so I just thought I would share that with you guys today. I'm not quitting. It's just I have a little bit longer of a hill to climb, I guess. I think I'm probably going to have to do at least 70 hours of learning how to code, and 70 to 80 to 90 hours of learning how to actually code. That'll probably take me, I'm going to go really hardcore into this. I'm still going to work and do all the normal videos and all that stuff, but it's probably going to take me an extra 4 weeks to get this going. And that's a little bit of a setback, but it's an obstacle it's best in the long run, guys. I get to fully customize everything I do and understand every aspect of the business. That is something that's really important. Again, here's the other thing too, is I know I could go out there and get a partner. I could easily do that. Go out and get some sort of partner that wants to partner with me. I could pay them a little bit and we could go through this together. And I'm probably going to end up doing that at some point. But I think regardless, like Steve Jobs, he knew how to code a computer. He was the marketing guy, and he knew how to essentially make the computer himself. Even though Woz actually did most of the stuff, actually making the computer, Steve Jobs knew how to do it. He was very influential in a lot of the decisions. So imagine me building an e-marketplace or an e-commerce product or an internet company, and I didn't know what databases were, or what back end versus front end was, or how to actually code, or how to fix code or debug the code, right? That's actually stuff that I just finished that, that's why I'm talking about that. I just finished that today, actually, just learning all the basic stuff, so I still have a long, long way to go. I have to learn JavaScript. That is the number one thing. I did some Java back when I was a teenager, but it was like 6 weeks, so again, it's just, I barely know anything. So I need to know JavaScript, like jQuery. I'm going to try Python, even though I don't need to know that apparently. I need to know how to get connected to like Oracle databases. Apparently that's something I need to do. C++, there's a bunch of stuff I need to do, but I need to learn it. And this is a key business decision. So this is how committed I am. I'm enrolled in a bunch of online courses right now in order for me to actually learn how to do all this stuff. I bought a bunch, and I'm going to learn everything I can as fast as I can, and hopefully get this up sooner rather than later. Because here's the other thing too, is that the site that I have up right now, which is just essentially basic, some WordPress stuff, some plugins, Like, okay, it's functional. It's functional, but it's not good at all. It works. I tested it as I was supposed to this week. It's not good enough. So that's why I'm doing this. I need full customizability, and that's what we're gonna do. So I think that's gonna wrap this video up. Hopefully you guys can kind of understand what my perspective. I'm trying to do this all as, you know, as well as I can. I'm kind of learning all this. Like, think about this. Here's what you guys should take from this. I'm venturing into a business that in terms of how to actually build the product, I know nothing about it. Like, nothing. I know how to build basic websites and basic coding, but it's not even close. This is a whole different level. And I'm going into this and I'm learning how to do it. And I think that this should be a good message to you guys. I'm gonna continue this and I'm gonna try my best. And so whatever business you are going into, if you don't have the capability because you don't know something or you don't know how to do it, learn. You're gonna have to bust your butt. I'm the busiest guy in the world right now, or one of them at least. I'm not the busiest guy in the world, but you know, I work minimum 12 hours a day. I'm here in the office 11 hours. Sometimes I go out to, you know, meet with people or whatever for an hour a day. But I'm in the office minimally working 12 hours a day around here. And so I don't have a lot of time to do learning. I usually work 14 hours a day. And so it's gonna be tough on me, but anyways, I'm gonna keep you guys updated. I need to think of a new name of the site. I have registered a domain name last week, but I just don't like it enough and I don't wanna share it right now because the site is technically launched. I mean, it's public. It's just, I needed to do that to see if I could register myself and like vendors and stuff. But I just don't want you guys to look at some, you know, crappy site and sign up for it. So I'm going to try my best. I need to come up with a new name this week. I need to learn how to, by the end of the week, no matter what, within the next 3 or 4 days, oh, that's weird. I need to learn how to do front end. That's my goal for the end of this week, for the next 3 or 4 or 5 days. I need to know everything there is, or not everything, but most things that there is that you need to know about the front end coding, which is what the person clicking on your site sees. But that's only a small portion of what you need to know about coding. And then I'm gonna spend the next few weeks doing back-end stuff and database stuff. So this is gonna be a little bit tough, but I'll keep you guys updated. And I'd like to thank you very much for watching. I would say leave a comment, but I guess comment if you guys have any cool names for an e-commerce marketplace website. And that one that's not taken, because I've checked all of them and everything's taken. But yeah, so thank you very much for watching. I'll keep you guys updated. This is the official very first vlog about building a business, an online internet business. So I don't know how many people have actually, I guess I should leave you guys with this. Like, how many people have actually vlogged like something like this at the very beginning of building something? Like, I haven't even launched anything yet. This is the very beginning of building an actual e-commerce site. I don't really know too many people that have done that with a decent following, I guess, of 23,000 of you out there, all of you beautiful people. So I don't know. I think Gary Vee would be proud of me. So thank you very much for watching. You're all very beautiful people, and I'll see you guys in the next video.